Hello everyone, welcome back to the Big Kid Monica YouTube channel. My name is Monica and today we're going to be doing a makeup look using the Juno Birch and Trixie collaboration palette. And before I get started, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Every subscriber means the world to me. Come join our family. I do makeup videos, vlogs, Barbie videos, a bit of everything. Try to do 2 videos a week. Sometimes 1, but there's always new content coming on. So please subscribe to my channel, give this video a big like, and we will get started. So, as most people who are a fan of Trixie Mattel or Juno Birch would probably know, they have just done a makeup collaboration together. So they came out with this palette, and they also came out with some other accessories to go with it. So I've got the palette, the lipstick, the mirror, which is super cute. So let's talk about that first. So Trixie's mirrors are usually like a shiny resin. This one here is matte. And what I find cool about it is that it's got her usual swish here, which makes it look shiny, but it's in the Juno Birch colors of her skin. So like the blue with the white stripe there. And it's matte and it's nice to hold. Another lovely mirror. I love the Trixie mirrors. They're always my go-to when I'm doing my makeup or filming videos or that sort of thing. And then I'll quickly show you the palette and then we'll get started with some makeup looks. So it looks like here it's got Juno Birch's famous sunglasses in her skin color, and on the back it says "Yes, that's happening," which is iconic. If you watch any of their videos you will know. And inside, 12-pan palette, and the colours are sort of ranging between darker colours into the blues, into the light blues, pinks, and then some browns as well, which Juno Birch says are for the human makeup looks, but I think you can mix all of them together. So I've tried this palette once already and I did like a rainbowy kind of look. I tried to dip in a bit to every colour, but now I think today I might be doing like a blue inspired look because a Juno Birch, full fantasy. So the first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyelids. So lately I have been using the MAC Prep and Prime eyeshadow primer. It's really good. It feels like putty and it stays over the eyelids quite well, and it does prolong the use of your eyeshadows. I always do like a fun eyeshadow look when I go to work. And my shifts are like a 9 to 5 sort of thing. So my makeup stays on all day. It doesn't crack at all. And it just sits on there really nice. Doesn't crease, doesn't crack, doesn't smudge. Highly recommend it. I was using the Morphe one before, but I found it really hard to get in Australia. So I decided to try something else. And I'm so glad that I did. I can feel I'm getting to the end of the tube now. So I'll have to definitely repurchase this one, I think. There are a few out there now, but I'm quite happy with this one, so I'll probably go for it as well. For skin makeup, I use the Colorstay foundation by Revlon. It's my tried and true, works really well. I've been alternating between that and then the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush foundation, which is very popular at the moment. But I had a little bit of the Colorstay left, so I thought I'd use it for this video. And then for eyebrows, I'm using the Benefit 24-hour, it's like the magic, it's this one here in this little tub, I don't know what it's called, 24-hour brow setter, and it's got like a little magician on the box, so that's also very good, keeps my brows in place all day, forms almost like a seal on them but doesn't leave awful residue around them or doesn't flake or anything like that, which we absolutely love. So let's get started. So the first colour that I'm going to go in with is going to go into my crease, and I'm going to use, let's use Lavenderous. It's sort of like a lavendery blue colour, this one here, and we're going to use that as the crease shade. I probably should have got my brushes prepped before, got them out, so I have this little case that I keep them all in, and I'll just show you what brushes. I'll try and use Trixie brushes if I can, but otherwise just see what happens. So actually this is a Barbie makeup brush. I got this in London from Primark and it looks like this. Their brushes are actually incredible. I was a bit skeptical from brushes from Primark, but so far so good. So tapping into Lavenderous, and then we're just going to put that in the crease shade here. I always like to start with the crease. I know lots of people do different kind of things, but for me it's a good way to start. It sort of lays down the base for your eyeshadow. So who's excited about Juno Birch and Trixie Cosmetics doing a collab? I'm very excited about this. I didn't know a lot about Juno Birch until quite recently. I was watching some of her Sims videos on YouTube and they were so funny. Like all of the catchphrases and just the whole chaotic energy of the whole videos is absolutely wild. So funny. So then I saw Juno Birch on Trixie Motel when they did, it was the alien inspired room, so they went and had a little photo shoot in there and visited the room, and yeah, it was a bit of a running gag that she was in the room till the very end and was living in there kind of thing, which I think was super funny. So then after I saw Juno Birch there and was watching her YouTube channels, then next minute was doing a collaboration with Trixie, so of course I had to get it and try it. Juno Birch was also in Perth recently where I live. I had no idea, as per usual. I miss out on these things. Probably would have gone and seen the show, so that was a shame, but definitely next time I will go and see it. So as you can see here, starting to come to life, so it's just this purpley blue shade in the crease, and I'm just blending it out. So I sort of try and deepen the colour in the very deep part of it and then lighten it up as it goes towards my brow bone. But what I'm going to do now, I've been doing it a little bit recently, is I draw a foundation line before. It's almost like a fake wing eyeliner using a colour. So I put a little bit of water onto a brush and then I dip into whatever colour that I'd like to use. And then I just draw. Sometimes it works really well, sometimes I'm a bit more sloppy, but we're going to hope for the best. So I'm going to use the colour Wormhole, this one here. It's a purpley, very dark purple shade. So I tap in the corner of it so I don't get the whole palette soaking wet. And then what I do is I literally just draw it like I was drawing eyeliner, very carefully. If you use water for some reason, it kind of, I found this with a lot of palettes, it kind of makes the colours more pigmented, easier to draw on if you're doing fine line work like this. And so because I have sunken eyes, what I like to do is draw the top part of the eyeliner just above where my crease is, so that when my eyes are hooded, it doesn't crease and it doesn't disappear. So I'm dipping a little bit more in and then going just above. So like that. So it's just above, so you can still see it. So if I was to look on the side or close my eyes, whatever, you would still see that purple line. Then I'm just going to do the same on the other side. The hardest part is matching them together because both my eyes are slightly different. Yeah, I actually think they're pretty even. I'll just extend this one out a little bit. And what I do is I don't go all the way across because then I fill in the colour. And match it to the other side. Just close to smudging it then, but I think I saved it. There we go. So now I'm going to do the same but go underneath my eye. And this acts almost like eyeliner. Yeah, so basically just extends the winged eye down and keeps the colour underneath. So like that. So now I'm just going to do the same on the other side again. Let's make it a little darker. So like that, simple. So the next thing that I'm going to do is where I've drawn the lines on the outside, I'm going to tap in with one of the colours and then mix it all together. So the colour that I'm going to be using is Snozberry. I just love the name. All the different names, they're so funny. They're just so creative and so quirky, and that's what we all love about both Trixie and Juno. So I'm using a Trixie Cosmetics brush. This is the P05 and it's just like a eyeshadow brush. So tap into Snozberry here, this dark shade. And then what I'm going to do is fill in that little outline I've created and then just use it on the outside and then smoke it into a lighter colour. So you just fill in like this. So then that way you can still see the purple, but you also get this gradient of colour, and it seems, to me, it feels just a little bit cleaner and a little bit more clean cut, because a lot of good makeup artistry is about keeping the lines really clean and nothing looking too messy or too, you know, you can have a smoky eye in that, but sometimes it just looks like a bit of a mess. So obviously I wouldn't say I'm an amazing makeup artist or anything, but I do enjoy makeup and I do try and refine it and keep it as neat as I can and try different techniques and keep evolving. So I think if you look back over my videos since when I first started YouTube, you can see my makeup definitely has evolved a lot and has changed into different things, different trends, different things I see. Obviously I'm inspired by different drag queens and by different fashion and looks on Instagram and TikTok. There's just so many avenues now where you can learn new things and where you can see different things happening. So yeah, I've just filled in those. So you can still see the purple, you can still see the blue. And I do this weird thing where I like dust off the colour on the back of my hand just so that you can use the same brush again. So now I'm going to dip into this colour Stunning. This one here, another Juno Birch catchphrase where she goes stunning. So we're going to use that one, and then I'm going to blend that in, marry it to the dark blue Snozzberry, and then gradient it into Stunning. And the good thing about if you use the same brush and you still got the same color that's on there, it does naturally blend itself. So that's a little trick that I sort of picked up along the way. Yesterday I did this for work, but obviously I did my rainbow eye and I did kind of like a cut crease thing going on, but I'm just trying this today where I just blend it all together and see what happens. So these colors, as per usual, very pigmented, very beautiful. All the colors are always a little bit different. They're not always, you know, it's not 100 palettes of pink colors. If there's a pink in a different palette of hers, it's always a slightly different color, and they're always high quality and they always last all day, which is amazing. So the price points as well are very reasonable. So I think Australian dollars, this might have been 70, if that, which honestly is not bad at all, especially for a 12 pan, big pan palette. You'd be paying more for a very high-end brand. So I do love supporting drag queens and especially their endeavors and that sort of thing. And I love collecting Trixie Cosmetics makeup. I have all the collections, so when something new comes out, I always grab it and try it, because I just love using makeup and colourful stuff and trying different looks. And anyone who knows me in my real life will know that I'm always pretty much wearing colourful makeup. So what I'm going to do as well with this same colour Stunning, I'm going to put it underneath my eye and match it up to where I used that purple shade from before. So it just kind of gives it a little bit more dimension. It makes it a bit more fun that it's not just on the lid, but it's all the way down. Now I'm just repeating the whole exact thing on this eye with the blue. So it's me, my inner dialogue is like, don't use too much, don't waste it, but it's so silly. I just need to use stuff because it's so much fun. So you can see how well this blends in together. And the colours, for each palette, the colours always form a colour story, and you can sort of swap and change them with different things. And even between different palettes, like they're all very interchangeable, which I very much enjoy. So what I'm trying to do on the top is where this solid line is, just smoke it into this blue a little bit. So it's not so harsh, you know, it's still clean, but you can see that there's a gradient there. And then like on the other eye, I'm going to do it underneath here. I make the weirdest faces when I'm doing my under eye makeup. I think everyone does subconsciously. I think it's that crazy thing about not wanting to poke your own eye out, which would not be great. So finally, I'm using a little bit, I'm going to go in with this fluffy brush again, and then I'm going to tap into Joy Desperate. It's a slight shimmer shade, and I'm just going to use this on the very inner corners of my eyes just to give it a little bit extra. So just like that. Then I'm just gonna go like this, blend all around just so it's sort of all as one and they're not just solid bricks of color all over my eyes. Like that. So it just gives it that, you know, it's nothing too sparkly, it's more matte, but it just gives it that little something a bit lighter. Easy. So I'm going to finish off the eye look with some of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lash Brag Mascara, one of my favourite ones to use. The brush is super thick and nice. And it makes your eyelashes look voluminous and absolutely stunning. They did also do an eyelash for this collection, but I'm probably not going to use that today. I'm going to save them for when I go out. I'll definitely report back on how they are, but the Trixie lashes, I find them really good. Anyway, I wore them to the meet and greet when they came here to Perth, and Trixie and Katja were here, and they just stayed on so well and looked, you don't want to say natural because fake eyelashes are definitely not natural, but they blended in with my own lashes very well. My eyelashes always get so twisty on this side for some reason. Like, just grow in one direction. Okay, that's as best as those lashes on that side are going to get today. Sometimes it just doesn't work. So finally, second last step. I'm going to finish it off with the Juno Birch Junebug liquid lipstick. And what's super cute about this packaging, it's got all like aliens and little gloves and hot dogs and all stuff that we know Juno Birch for in the packaging, and then it's this lovely pinky nude color, and I've seen it used on a few different people and it literally looks different on every single person, which is super cool, and that's a sign of a good lip product, that it can be worn for so many people and look so different. I'm just going to let that dry. This is the last step now. So finally, I'm going to be just putting on some cheek products, and I'm using the Flower Power Darling Daisy color. This is also by Trixie Cosmetics, and it's this really cute, I've not used it on my channel yet, so it's this really cute bronzer that's got like a dark to light shade and then a shimmer here, and it's great because they made different colors for different sort of skin tones. And because I'm very fair, this is the lightest one. And right now it's winter here in Perth, so this one is enough for me. I probably won't tap into the darker shade very much, but it's good, like you can sort of blend them together and just deepen it a little bit. And I'm just going to sweep over this shimmer here. And it's good because it doesn't just give you lines of shimmer, it actually blends in with the blush that you're using, which is super cool. And as you know, I always do tip of my nose. I do here, Cupid's bow, and here. So that's it, that's the final product. I'm super happy with how this turned out. I love these colors in this palette. I love seeing how they all work together, trying different shades and that sort of thing. But definitely, I'll link all of the information in the bio of all the products I use. But go out and grab yourself the new Trixie and Juno Birch palette collaboration, because it is absolutely stunning and you will love it. Any of Trixie's products, they're always great, but this has been really good product to use and I've been loving it this week. As soon as it came here, I've been using it all week. So thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video very soon. Bye!